My name's Stuart Dickinson. I'm a human factor specialist with Human Risk Solutions. And that means I've been working human factors for the last 15 years or so in a whole range of different industries. In terms of the challenges that people were finding in implementing human factors, it was really interesting with the participants that they found the people they were speaking to in the organisation just didn't get it. So the people they were speaking to still had quite a traditional view around human error and how behaviours occur and all that kind of thing. And it meant that they really had to fight the good fight. They had to really put their case forward as to why it matters, why stopping at saying it's that person's fault, we've now solved the problem, just isn't good enough, and how we need to really work on understanding why errors occur so we can fix and stop the same things happening time and time again. Around this as well, one of the problems that people were struggling with before is not having the tools, not having the evidence and the support to go forward with confidence. And then having some tools and having some belief in what they were saying, that this niggling feeling that there's more to it, and there really is something more to it, really helped. So being able to throw a tool at a problem, show some evidence, show some data was a real help for them, I think. In terms of influencing the exec and really all levels in the organisation, one of the key things that we've found is just having people to influence them that have the knowledge, people that are recognised of having a degree of knowledge in the subject matter, in human factors, means that they can credibly influence people. You've been on the course, so you have that knowledge, therefore I'm going to listen to you, this could be an important point. Having the right people, having people senior enough or respected enough with that knowledge is really important. And the other side is having the tools and the data to support it. So it's not just a nice idea. Here's a tool, here's an outcome that we can really show some real benefit. And getting those wins on the board through the use of simple tools can then influence because people can see the benefits and they're more willing to have a go and invest a bit of time, effort and money in that process. Strategies to kind of get those human factors improvements embedded in an organisation. I think the first thing is to have a strategy. I think people often don't. It's a nice buzzword at the moment, it's a nice interesting idea, but people haven't grasped that we need to do something to integrate it. The human factors will not integrate itself into organisations in the industry. So having a strategy to go forward with is the first thing. Being able to get some wins on the board, to show some benefit. There's huge benefits to this stuff, whether it's incidents or designing workplaces to prevent errors and usability issues in the future. But showing that structure, showing that human factors has helped is really important. And again, having people in the organisation who are knowledgeable enough to influence and to make it happen and to know what questions to ask, who don't have a very narrow view of human factors, which is missing opportunities all across the board. And that falls back around education of those people, at least at an introductory level, so they can understand the breadth of human factors, the benefits of it, and the structure and tools that go with it. So in terms of making that demonstration of human factors tangible, it's things like comparing data that you had before to the data you've got now. So if you're taking a very extreme example, if you take not too long ago, an incident occurs and we get rid of that person because they were the problem, and then the incident occurs again because the conditions are still the same. We trip other people up in the same way. Whereas then collecting good data, showing the influencing factors, showing the things, the causal factors around incidents, and removing them, we get better data. Some of it is around convincing people and arguing the case. So that if you redesigned a workplace in the past, did it go really well, did it not, what were the problems you still had, and then showing a good human factors integration process around a change, you can then show a better outcome than last time. It can be difficult because we don't want to throw away the wins, we don't want to ignore them and show how badly it can go if you didn't do what we said, so we need to be able to show those improvements each time. In terms of tangible outcomes, things as simple as form design, where we can end up with a form that's usable, therefore the data we collect doesn't have errors in it, we're less likely to have human errors resulting with negative outcomes. And that's a nice, simple, easy way to do it. And having that structured process to get a good design, a usable design, can have real positive outputs. In terms of understanding what we mean by tools and structures and approaches, human factors is a structured, methodological, evidence-based approach. We have tools. We have ways to think about influencing factors by having a structured list of influencing factors. We're not just plucking them out of the air. We have a research basis for those things. When we're talking about incident investigation, there are established tools that have a research basis that we can then apply practically to collect good data and come to good conclusions around the cause of incidents and what we can do about fixing them. In addition, we've got things like processes around the tools, which, for a human factors integration process, we don't need to reinvent it. We have the research and practice in industry. We can pick these tools up and we can use them, which provides structure. So it stops being woolly, airy-fairy, kind of intangible, and becomes a structured process using structured data to come out with good outcomes and make improvements across the board.